Oh, Harry?
Yeah.
Hi. Harry, you know I'm doing OJ? You know I'm doing OJ.
You're talking to him.
I'm talking to him, yeah. I just wanted to know, because I know you wrote a lot about him, and you were kind of a trial junkie. Can you give me some advice, like how to go about this?
Well, you got to be careful. OJ spends all of his time doing two things, golfing and memorizing details of his case.
Right. Is there any way that I could ever ask the question, did you do it?
You have to get, to get to that question, you have to get past, the guy has erected, it's like he went out and bought 85 security fences for this tiny little cinder block hut that he huddles in, psychologically. And you have to get through all of those security fences first to be able to even get to the front door of that hut. And he's set up those fences, and he's designed them, and he's electrified them. And they are all the detail of the case that you have to know better than he does. Every other person you've talked to sort of has been rehearsal for this,
Right.
This is the big leagues now.
The body of Nicole Brown Simpson lies alongside her friend Ron Goldman. The scene of the crime is Nicole's home on Bundy Drive, Brentwood, Los Angeles. Ron Goldman has been stabbed repeatedly. Nicole's throat is slashed so severely she is nearly decapitated.
Today, my office filed...
5 days later, the Los Angeles District Attorney issues a warrant for the arrest of Nicole's former husband, football star O.J. Simpson.
The Los Angeles
The police close in, but O.J. evades arrest.
Is actively searching for Mr. Simpson.
O.J. leads the police in a bizarre car chase watched live on television by 95 million people before finally being arrested. Simpson spends a year in jail on remand. His case becomes the media trial of the century. Los Angeles detective Mark Furman is accused by Simpson's defense of planting evidence. They claim he took a bloody glove from the crime scene and dropped it at Simpson's Rockingham estate to incriminate their client. The prosecution play Nicole's emergency calls made to the police during her marriage. The tapes catalog her abuse at O.J.'s hands.
911 emergency.
Can you get someone over here now? He's back. Please.
Well, okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He's f***ing going nuts.
Eventually, O.J. Simpson is found not guilty.
Not guilty of the crime of murder.
The victims' families, led by Fred Goldman, bring a civil action against O.J. He is found liable for the deaths and ordered to pay $33 million in damages. His Rockingham estate, his Bentley, and Ferrari all go under the hammer. O.J. and his two young children now live in a small house only minutes away from their former home.
This is Mike Gilbert. He's his agent, O.J.'s agent. Over there. There's the man. And Mike used to have a lot of clients, and now he's down to O.J. Can I just tell you guys something? O.J. O.J. said he was waiting for us outside earlier. Did you really have a cop out there? No.
No, I will.
He had a cop outside waiting for us, and he had him in handcuffs. He was waiting outside for us.
He put me in handcuffs as you guys drove up. I mean, he was putting me in the back of the car, but he had to go. He kept getting calls.
You hired a cop to do this little...
Hey, come on.
We missed that one. Do you think he's lying? Hi, O.J.
Hello, and how are you?
Very nice to meet you.
This is Miles?
The little puppy there.
This is my puppy?
So you're going to take us through a day in your life?
Normally, I start off, in the morning, get my kids up, because it's just the three of us here, and
Right.
my housekeeper comes a little later. And I get them together and, take them to school. Then I go to a place called, in a little area here called the Brentwood Mart, and have my coffee and read the tabloids.
To see if you're in it.
So, no, I always know if I'm in it. He's always telling me, there's a guy who owns a little bookstore that I've been going to for 20 years, and we always tease about the tabloids. Unfortunately, my popularity is waning because
You'll have to do
I'm
something
very
else.
rarely in the tabloids these days. Once a week, but there's always one story, and I don't get any more covers. And at one point, I think I had the record for most covers in tabloids. I'm teasing. I don't want to be in the tabloids.
You take Prozac?
No, I don't take any of those type of.
Nothing
I don't
to be
take
ashamed of.
I don't take any mood on. My vitamin E, so I can be ready when that time comes when some girl says, "Hey, Juice, take me."
You better take that for a few more years.
So I take my vitamin E and my vitamin C. Actually, strangely enough,
Yeah.
that line, that crack you just made, is if I wanted to, and this is not anything I'm bragging about, but the availability of women now is more than has ever been in my life, which I find really strange. And I kind of equated it to that, I sort of understand that bad boy
Yeah.
rocker mentality. I understand it, but these are gorgeous girls. I mean, you get the wackos. I mean, some of some of the pictures I get.
Do you want to walk to the
He's a
car?
good guy. Sure.
Okay, back.
I think I can put him back in the house.
Miles, back in the house. All right. Where's OJ? Where is that man? Look what I've lugged for you. Get over here! Come on, what am I, your slave? I just want to, at the end of the day, could I find out exactly you as the sports agent, what you do? By the end of the day, I want to crack this one, okay? Forget if he did it or not. I want to know what you do. I read about you. I looked at everything you did. The contrast to what you've got now, you know, from people adoring you in the streets, which must have been a fabulous sensation. I mean, you were adored.
It is nothing, basically, when I travel, it is nothing like it is now. See, before I would get people, hey, Juice, what's happening? And everybody, I would say maybe 1 out of every 10 or 11 people recognize me.
Yeah.
And even I was, at one point, like the 3rd most recognized person in America, long before my trial. But still, half the people didn't know who the hell you were, the ladies were. Today, everybody recognized me.
Do you like
and
that?
Never.
Do you like it?
You know, it's sort of uncomfortable. But the portion that I do like is, now, unlike before, I got women hugging me. Guys coming up saying, man, my family is supporting you. I mean, I never got anything like that. You may want to get a shot of
We're going to do this
the
later.
Rockingham thing where you can see they put the...
Are we going past Rockingham?
The next left turn is Rockingham, but you can't turn because what the city did, because of so much traffic and the tourists going by my house, they blocked off the street and they put some big cement things up. Okay, the next left you can make the left, okay?
So you don't see Rockingham and you weep for
I
your
drive
past?
by it every day. I drive by the street, see they put those barriers up.
And your
turn
house
up
was in there?
Yeah, you see, we'll go around.
Are there tourists coming by all the time?
Then it was. I don't know about now.
Right.
I'm sure there's still some. As I tell you, it was, I mean, even the city Chamber of Commerce said it was the must-see. Everybody who came to L.A. drove by Rockingham.
Do you think that's weird that you get famous as a murderer
Well,
and
you know what?
suddenly
No.
get this popular?
You know what I thought was weird is that I can understand a famous murder took place at Nicole's house. I can kind of understand that. The house that Bugsy Siegel was shot in through the window. I've even driven by that, right? But since nothing happened at my house, it was sort of amazing to me that, just go up, stay to your left. It was amazing to me that my house became such a
Yeah, but they
place.
think you're the murderer. You see the connection?
You're absolutely wrong. Every TV crew was ever at my house with the crew, with the people outside, all thought I was innocent. This right here is Rockingham starts here.
Oh, wow.
I had to see this green outer fence. I had to because people would walk up to the fence and look over the wall and be taking pictures, right? So we had this outer fence so they couldn't. I built everything here, virtually every tree you see except that elm right there over the swimming pool. I built them all.
And it doesn't bug you to see this and think I
It
had
doesn't. I
that?
think I did a real nice job.
You just look at it and you see
I
the
built
trees you
most of that
planted?
house. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I got two
What's
dogs
with you
buried.
that always sees
I got
the
two
positive
dogs
side?
buried right there. That's just people don't know it. I got 2 dogs buried there. It's illegal to do that.
Wait till they find the bones. You think you're in trouble now.
Yeah. Yes. And the dearest mommy house is 2 blocks
Oh,
up.
Joan Crawford? What'd you think of Joan?
I saw her in a movie called Gorg or something, right? And here this lady was, she must have been 60, right? And she's wearing these little short shorts and the young guys were in love with her and the head of the carnival was in love with her. I said, boy, this lady is not living in reality. I mean, her reality is like gone. Are we on Emerson? Or is it asshole? Asshole!
Wasn't he the guy who was the...
He's the head DA of LA. He's the guy that went on TV telling that lie about the abuse and tried to become the governor through my trial.
The abuse? What abuse?
The so-called 8 abuse. He was the guy that was pushing that 8 abusive incidences.
Oh, that Nicole reported you for?
Yeah, which was totally wrong. You know, which nothing supports, and he would never say it today.
Well, why did he make it up?
I don't know. You know what happened? The police had come to our house in '89, and this guy was a total butthole, this police officer. And instead of doing, all of a sudden he was saying things like, oh, she should leave, just horrible things to me. And I said, man, what's your problem? You know, I thought you were supposed to be trying to diffuse the situation. And he said something. I said, why don't you go down to the station? All your officers been by here. They've been here 8 or 9 times. They all know me. They took that to 8 or 9 times for abuse. They came by they see me out front to talk sports. I give them a Coca-Cola. They want to see the Heisman Trophy. But all of a sudden, like everything in my trial, it became a negative, right?
So have you ever met this guy in the street?
I've seen him, not since the trial.
You
I used to
shout
see him
asshole
walk.
when you see him?
If I saw him, I was going to stop, and I wish he's with his wife so I can tell him what we know about him. And I wish I would have seen him with his wife.
What do you know about him? And his
I don't want to get into that.
Come on, it's English TV.
No.
We don't know who the guy is.
No. This is just what he's a typical guy. But the thing, if I could change any facet of my life, is I would have never been unfaithful to my wives.
But you were unfaithful.
I had some incidences. Yes, I did.
You were the victim of your own hormones.
Yeah.
In '84, didn't the police show up because you smashed the window of your car with a baseball bat? Did you smash the window with a baseball bat?
Yeah.
You were angry?
Yeah.
In what year are we now?
84.
When did you get married to her?
85.
Oh, right. So she wanted to get married, so this is where the
I wouldn't set
baseball
a
bat.
date, yeah. So I'm sitting on a car and I'm bouncing the bat off the hubcap, talking to her, and she says, if you tint that hubcap,
You
you
married
don't.
this woman that you have arguments with?
Oh,
like
this
that?
was not a big argument. It was you
A
guys,
baseball
we
bat
live-
in a
okay.
windshield is a
Are
big
you going to
argument.
tell me that in the last 7 years you haven't had an argument with?
I've never
whoever
smashed
he
a
is?
window. Ed, have I smashed a windshield with a baseball bat?
You don't have
We don't have a baseball bat in
Okay, you
England.
don't
We
have
have
a
cricket
baseball bat.
bats.
Cricket
I've never
bat.
done it with a
As
cricket
I said,
bat.
I've never broke a glass. I've never thrown a glass. I've had 2 wives who've thrown glass. I've seen friends that come to the house and so did this and so on. I mean, come on, this is a long-term relationship. I hit the windshield with a bat, sitting on the car, hit it, window cracked.
O.J. Simpson is believed to be in the white Bronco that you see in the center of your picture, followed by as many as 9 Orange County Sheriff's deputies. They have been in communication with him.
Perhaps one of the reasons that they are not taking any more aggressive action and moving in on that car, we are told right now that O.J.'s sitting there in the passenger seat with a gun pointed at his own head.
How does a guy so positive, though, like you, I've never met anything this positive, think of sticking a gun in your mouth?
It was depression. It was not.
But
was not
sudden,
only
it must have
depression.
been sudden. You never had depression before in your life.
Yeah, it was sudden. I mean, first of all, they had me on drugs, which I didn't realize until later, when they put me on those drugs that week, that the first thing the drug does, it makes you more depressed before your body acclimates to it. So I think that was part of it. 2, I was still in shock, and 3, as I told you before, not only was Nicole dead, they're going to arrest me. That was humiliating. It's humiliating to think they're going to come and arrest me.
Yeah, I know. Did you go like this?
You never make up your mind. You just
take the gun and get
you know
in the car.
My thing was, I took the gun when I left my house. As the week went on, I got depressed, and I was in so much pain. I don't know if you've ever been in a lot of pain for something.
In a lot of pain.
You just want it to end. You just want to stop it. And I couldn't sleep, and they were giving me sleeping pills, and it was just like, hey.
What were you thinking about?
I don't know. All the way down there, I was actually calm. I was actually.
Really, the game plan is really being conducted by Mr. Simpson at this point. He's in control of the situation while officers keep their distance, and also there's the concern of keeping other people out of harm's way.
This is the scariest thing that could possibly happen as a great guy, this great athlete that just learned how to knock down everything in his path. Suddenly has a hit, a second where they lost control. Our biggest fear in life, the reason I can't get in an airplane, is our loss of control. You know what I'm saying? And you represent it. Maybe there's a blip in your mind where you didn't know what you were doing. Now,
I believe that can happen with almost anyone, but I just think that there is I honestly feel, unless there's some imminent danger to you or your family, if you have any type of faith or religious background, there is a point you won't cross. I honestly feel that. And I honestly feel that anybody is capable of murder.
People with religion have been the biggest killers in the history of the world.
Yeah, most murders
the
are.
Spanish Inquisition wasn't a golf party.
Yeah, well, most big wars are basically religiously based. But I do believe. I think there's a place that I like to think anyway. There's a place that people don't cross.
Your dream?
You know, I was in jail for 16 months. Most of my dreams were in a sexual nature. Had little sexual overtones. It was horrible too, because they didn't change the sheets for like once a week or something. It was the worst.
The $33 million damages award to the Goldmans and the Browns is the subject of an appeal by O.J. Apart from an annual pension of $300,000, all Simpson's earnings go straight to the victims' families.
You know, whether you did it or didn't do it, but if one of your kids was murdered, wouldn't you want everything you could get?
I would want the person in jail, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I would want to make their
and
life.
If you couldn't have that, would you say I'll take the money?
Well, I may be a little different than some people.
What would you want?
I told you before, to me, there is a way, everybody's capable of committing murder.
Everybody's capable.
If something happened in your family. Goldman, I felt a long time ago that with Goldman, he don't care at this point. If there was a chance tomorrow to catch the real murderers, he don't want to catch them because then all of a sudden his income is cut off. He ain't gonna be making any money. All of a sudden.
You really think he doesn't want to find the real murderer?
At this point, no.
You really believe that?
At this point, I think he is. He is satisfied with the way things are at this point. You see what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
This is what I do daily.
Yeah.
I spend, as we say, 4 to 5 hours doing this, riding the sun on the trees, what my life is, basically.
Is that bad? I think it's great.
No, I like it. I'm in what they call forced retirement. Now, I must admit, it gets boring at times. At times, I get really bored.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever see the movie Groundhog's Day?
Yeah.
It's like from 5 o'clock on, it's like Groundhog's Day to me. From the time I leave the golf course and pick up my kids, because they have homework to do, I have nothing to do.
Where are you
see
aiming
that yellow
for?
flag?
That's where you're aiming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aiming to go over that hill somewhere. This is a
Are
new
there like
club
helicopters
that
over
I've
you
never hit.
wherever you go? Is this
It
like a
used
special
to
bet?
be. It was for a while.
Whoa!
See?
Way off. OJ, how many hours a day do you play and you hit it into the trees?
I hope that guy didn't see that ball went over his head.
Is this a technical term in golf that sucked? Whoa!
See that yellow flag?
Yeah? Wow. That's a mean swing.
They call me Juice, the Juice.
Do you want me to tee off now?
Okay, so. Whoa, boy.
Was that good?
Let me tell you, very few people can swing, make the tee go, and have the ball comes right down where it really was.
That's
That was
a talent.
That takes a talent to do that. It's like a magic trick. But that was a good swing. The feel of hitting the ball it's erotic, almost erotic. I mean, it is like it's a high.
Yeah.
I know, we used to always have guys always say that if you can go to bed with Christie Brinkley and Crawford or shoot par golf, what would you be? I've never heard a guy say not shoot par golf. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Yeah.
What is it? When you hit it, do you know that you've got it?
Yeah, you can feel it, and it's like butter. As I said, I'm trying to hit it right to that tree.
Maybe you're better with balls than you are with women.
Well, I can't, Well, see what I mean? How you shook me up with that? I can't say that because...
It never came out of the trees.
Yeah,
It just stayed in the tree. Do you meditate?
At one point, I felt I had reached the state of clear, right?
Which is what?
Which is, in Scientology, I guess, is an area where you're one with all, see all, know all. At least that's the way I interpreted it at the time.
You got to that state?
I thought I had. Or I had, from time to time, reached that state, especially as an athlete. Sometimes you just feel that you're in total control of your surroundings and can literally will everything around you to happen. And I call, the Scientologist place, the local place where I was first here in L.A. Then I even tried to get hold of Mr. Hubbard at one point years ago. And then I learned there was nowhere to go from clear.
When
but
you
at the
called
same
the Scientologist
time,
and said, I've
but at the
attained
same
clear.
time, yeah, so what happens after clear? Essentially what I found out is that there's nothing. After clear. There's nowhere to go from there.
Clear is just your...
Clear is, you can, as I saw it, is seeing it all, knowing it all, feeling that you're in total control of everything, but seeing it all. Seeing the complete picture and feeling that you can control that picture. For me, that's what it was. Yeah. Feeling that I was one with everything. You ever show a guy who masters a crowd?
Yeah.
In a sense, that's what he's doing. I mean, it may not be something that is clear, excuse me, pun here, that's clear to him at the time, but in a sense, that's what you get. You get the pulse of everybody is being controlled by your pulse.
Wow.
By you, and it's an interesting feeling to have.
It's very godlike.
Yeah.
I think because you have such control over your body, you have such control over your mind.
I think I am better control at this point over my mind than my body. Now the game is going to be right there, and I was just saying, if you're going to shoot, you guys may want to, you can stand anywhere in here, maybe up at this gate, once we're there.
Is that where your daughter is?
Yeah, pull up a little bit.
She's playing basketball?
Yeah, but the game hasn't started because I don't see the other team.
Oh, you mean they're playing out here?
Yeah. See?
Where's your daughter?
She's number 30.
And do the other kids ever ask her about, what you...
No, nobody would do that.
They don't?
These kids, you'll see, they're all the girls wanted me to coach the team.
Did your daughter ever ask you about it?
No.
She never asked you about the murders?
Never at all.
She never mentioned it?
Never mentioned it once. Not even my son. No.
Never mentioned it?
Never once.
Don't you want to sit down and talk to them and say, listen, you may hear things about Daddy?
Not at all.
You never want to talk about it?
No.
I think you better.
No. Well, I go through, I know you wanted to be a shrink, but I've gone through the best shrinks and child psychologists, and they don't advise that.
They said never mention it?
No. Let them bring it up.
Only in Beverly Hills.
When they talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, possibly let the kids do it. Don't force feed them any of this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this, what school is this?
This is actually the church Nicole was buried in. I mean, her funeral thing was right here. Hey, is anybody gonna make a basket here for me? Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. All right, we made a basket.
But can somebody have one flash when they don't know what's going on? Can you?
Yeah. I think I could, you could. I'm sure with your personality, you could.
I could? You mean if the light suddenly went out, I'd do something horrible?
You? Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Ask Ed.
And do you think that's like you being his agent and stuff? Do you hold that in your mind that that's a possibility?
Of course.
Yeah.
It has been thought about.
Yeah. I mean, as an agent, did you ever ask him?
Yeah.
And?
Did I ever ask him if he did it?
Yeah.
Sure, I asked him.
And what happens? Does he hate it?
No, he looked at me like this. He said, I did not kill Nicole.
Right.
Stared into my eyes, and I never asked him again.
Yeah, because you knew not to ask him.
No, I didn't know not to ask him. I had asked him.
Something.
It's like, you go rent Primal Fear and you look at Primal Fear.
Oh, you mean the movie Primal Fear? Yeah.
And Richard Gere said that I believe in the goodness of man.
Yeah.
I believe that all crimes are not committed by bad people. And I believe that sometimes really good people do really bad things. And I try to judge O.J. by everything I've always known about him.
Right.
What I've judged over 9 years, not judging him by one day.
Right.
But judging him over a lifetime.
Is Nicole the type that could have riled him up that much?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough question.
Because you think there's on all of us a moment where we snap?
Absolutely.
Where we're all capable of murder?
Yes.
You do?
The much-awaited testimony of Detective Mark Furman attracts more crowds than the opening day of the trial. Furman is confronted with allegations of his racist behavior. The evidence of the prosecution's former star witness and his discovery of the bloody glove at Simpson's house is now suspect. The defense claimed their client was framed by a racist conspiracy.
You said last night, even some of the cops said whether you didn't do it or whether you did do it, you were still definitely framed.
Framed, yeah. I mean, some of the sheriff's department and a couple of LAPD officers
said that.
Since then that said, and it's an argument that I've made since, and I agree with, that I don't care if you think I did it or if you think I didn't do it. You got to admit I was framed. What happened is they were trying to get in my house. So Furman did the couple of little things he needed to do to get in my house.
But why get in your house? I really don't understand.
Well, you saw all the testimony. You got 5 police officers standing for a half hour outside of my wall with nothing to do.
Right.
They got bodies at the other crime. They're not at the other crime. They're standing outside of my wall trying to figure a way to get over my wall to see what I'm doing in my house.
And then when did he think of dropping a glove in the back of your house?
Because once they found out I was in Chicago,
they found out once they got in the
then they
house?
should have left. Then they should have left. But they wanted to search the house.
Right.
And that's when he came and found a reason to search the house. The glove gave him a reason to search the house.
I wonder when Furman, I mean, if you were going through this in your mind, and I'm sure you've gone through it 1,000 times, thought of picking up the other glove, going into your house and dropping it. I mean, that's an unbelievable thing to do.
They needed a reason to get in my house. It happens all the time. It's just something that police do. They cover each other's ass. We saw the movie Serpico. It's happened time and time again.
Well, they have to discuss it. It's a complicated thing to carry a glove and a hat and a thing.
No, you don't have to discuss it.
Well, you don't do it by osmosis.
Yes, they do. You ever been around a police? I mean, it's like a football team. Things happen in a football team. We don't have to discuss. Everybody covers for everybody.
The most damaging testimony against O.J. Simpson wasn't heard in court. It came in a book written by Faye Resnick, a close friend of Nicole Brown. She claims Nicole was constantly beaten by O.J. and feared for her life. Resnick, who earned a fortune from the book, is a former drug addict. Simpson's lawyers used this information to suggest the murders could be drug-related.
What it was,
Who do
I
you
don't
think
know, put
did
it
it
there.
then?
I've always said the answer's with Faye Resnick. In the world of Faye Resnick, her drugs, it's just too coincidental that she's had two friends in the past, one for sure, and then I don't know what happened with her sister, who were murdered mysteriously.
That never came out.
And no, it never came out. Her and her husband ran. They ran out of the country. They left the country when these people died, and she came back a while later and got married and changed her name. That week, she gets kicked out of her house. She moves in with Nicole. We find out that for the first time in years or whatever, she's totally hooked on drugs that she's been doing for 2 months. She's totally broke. She moves in with Nicole. Nicole's dead 4 days later. Plus, an hour or two before Nicole's death, Nicole's on the phone crying. Now, it's a woman that never cried. Even when she called the police those 2 times, she wasn't crying. She may have sounded scared and all that. She wasn't crying. She's crying, talking to Faye on the phone. Why is she crying, talking to Faye?
Why?
If she's dead, I don't know. But whatever reason she was crying, talking to Faye on the phone is why, to me, is directly related to her
Can I
death.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
The other 2 murders that were related to Faye, do drug dealers do such brutal murders? Don't they just shoot them?
I think
mean,
historically,
do they sever heads?
Historically, and once again, they brought this up in court, that I'm not necessarily a supporter of, but historically, what they do is cut your throat. They do the tongue tie thing, you know.
Drug dealers do that?
Yeah.
It'd be so easy, you know, to
So
just
what?
wrap it up.
Now, if we can catch him, that would wrap it up.
Well, can you find out who Faye hung out with?
We're trying.
How are you trying?
I tell you, I have some investigators that, you get information from time to time. It's very interesting. And you put it down, you try to, a lot of it, the majority of it is so much BS. But sometimes you get a few things that...
Are you anywhere? Do you have any leads?
I will see. I can't talk about it.
Oh, a little clue.
I can't talk about it right now, but we'll see. I've always been optimistic that
Why
the
don't you
time
get your
will
hands
come.
on Faye and say, come on?
They'll be in jail tomorrow.
I don't mean your hands. I mean just talk to her.
Oh, she won't. She's hiding. This is the infamous murders right there.
That's where Nicole lived?
That's where she lives.
Does
That's
that
where
disturb
bodies
you
are.
to see it?
It doesn't. I thought it would, and so I don't have a visual thing about it. In court, whenever they put pictures up of the bodies, I never looked at a picture. So I've never seen a picture of the bodies and in front of that. Even the video thing, my lawyers would say there, and I would kind of look off to the calendar and stuff. Well, I don't want that image. I don't want to have that, to live the rest of my life with that picture of Nicole dead on the sidewalk, bleeding. I couldn't live with, didn't want to, and don't want to live with that picture.
Do you sometimes get a picture anyway?
No, no, I don't. Not at all. It was tough at times in court. Sometimes they hear them talking about it, and I think it was some of the few times that I would try to emotionally and physically, mentally go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Go elsewhere. And sometimes it's tough to shut it out because at where you want to know, where you want to know what happened or what they're surmising happened, at the same time you don't want to know it. It's just not a picture. It's just not a picture you want to carry.
You know that the person stabbed her from the back.
I know that's what the guy said, yeah. And I would imagine that if anyone had their throat cut, normally it's from the back, at least from every movie I've ever seen.
Right.
I guess I saw one thing where the guy had some sort of a machete.
Well, you can go like this.
But from what I gathered, she died from a cut throat, not from a stab wound. So anyway, but I didn't. I never saw that picture and didn't want to.
Right.
But the first time I had inadvertently, actually coming back from the restaurant, inadvertently was driving by, and because normally I go down that way, and was surprised that I had really no reaction. And I've even driven by with a film crew.
Really?
Since then, with a German.
And there's nothing.
Film crew, no reaction.
The Ivy Jack speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to know, could I make a reservation for 2 for lunch?
What time do you want to come in?
About 2 o'clock. I'd like to know, do you have any problem if I brought in O.J. Simpson?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yes, we do.
That's definite.
That's definite.
John, can I help?
Could I just ask you something? Would you be adverse if I brought O.J. Simpson with me?
I think the owner has a problem with that.
Yeah.
The customers would be upset.
We've called a lot of places, and they won't allow, seriously, I'm not causing trouble. They won't allow him in.
I'll tell you what, I've been to probably 30 or 40 restaurants with OJ. I've never had a restaurant refuse to serve us, ever.
Right.
Never.
Well, then they don't want to be associated by film.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah. That's our problem. You know, otherwise we would be in somewhere.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's a problem. You've got a tough client there.
You're telling me? I've had a tough client for 4 years.
You said that you used to get him to sign autographs. How much could you sell an autograph for?
Now?
Yeah.
$35 to $50, depending on what it's on.
And was his worth more before this happened or after?
What it's worth now is the same that it was worth, say, 5 years ago.
Right.
But at the height of everything, the
Yeah.
trial, we were selling autographs up to $250 a piece.
From prison?
From Joe.
How many could you make like in an hour?
Oh, 400. We signed probably 20,000, 30,000 autographs in Joe.
See, now, if the cameras were here, weren't here, it wouldn't quite be this much.
Yeah, I know. No, camera makes him crazy.
Hello, sweetheart. How you doing?
How are you?
Good. You?
Oh,
How's it
my
going?
goodness, fine.
How are you? Very my pleasure.
They're thrilled. They're just thrilled.
They look like good people, man. Did you always get a wacko guy who's trying
got one
to
over there.
incite something? No, you already shot him.
I've never personally shaken hands with
How
a
are you
murderer.
doing? Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you.
Doesn't that hurt?
Huh?
Doesn't that hurt your feelings?
No.
Hi, what do you think of O.J. Simpson?
Guilty hell.
Think he's innocent? Yes. Okay. Excuse me, what do you think of O.J. Simpson?
I think he's a killer.
I think he knows who did it. I think he was a part of it, but that's just my opinion.
Sure, I only ask your opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's one more appearance he has to make, and that's the one upstairs.
Yeah, okay.
So I hope for his sake he didn't do it.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
The cops. Cops didn't want to be on TV, huh? The media, you know, and they know that I have millions of supporters, you know?
Yeah.
They will not let those supporters
Send you
support
money.
me, but they'll let the Goldman supporters send money to prosecute me in a civil.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, the Goldmans lost somebody.
That doesn't make sense in a criminal, in a civil action. That doesn't make sense at all. I disagree with you totally.
Really?
If you are not taking sides, I lost someone too. People forget I lost my kids lost someone, and I lost someone also. I mean, the Goldmans didn't lose, as far as I'm concerned, anyone that they felt more love and support for than I felt for Nicole. You know, I mean, I know I spent more time with Nicole certainly than Fred over the last 10 years of his son's life than he spent with his son. You know, yet this is a civil action is between two individuals. It's nothing criminal. If the media wants to report it, they should give both sides equal opportunity and equal access. But they didn't. You know, they took a side.
They took a side.
They took a side.
But you lost that one.
Pardon me?
You lost that case.
Yeah. Eventually, I lost it. Yes. I mean,
I think you're deluding yourself that this is coming off of you because you're going on and on and on and on. There's something really affecting
you. Hey, look,
you
you asked me a question about something.
Yeah.
And there's no superficial answer.
No.
Unless I talk about it,
but I can
unless
hear
I get
you're
deeper.
bugged. I can hear you're bugged.
Of course I am. I'm bugged to have to talk about it. You know?
Yeah.
Get my blood pressure going to have to. I don't think anybody could have gone through. I got totally screwed. I got screwed. You know, I got things taken from me. I got me, to an extent, taken from me. My kids don't have a mother, and people want to ignore because of their, as far as I'm concerned, either ignorance, and in many cases, subconscious racism, won't look at the facts.
OJ, can I just say one thing? You know, I don't care whether you're black, white, or green. I really don't care. The bottom line is you got off. You're innocent.
Thank you. Yeah. that is the bottom line, but
Bottom line
that ain't
is,
the bottom line
save your
for
breath.
so many
You're
people.
innocent. You got off. What kind of racism is that? You're free.
You know what? Let me tell you
You're
something.
walking around.
Let me say something to you.
What's your
Let
problem
me
here?
Say something. So
Just
anyway,
be
that's
free,
it.
be
And once
happy.
I get riled, sometimes, you know, you really get pissed, and I start thinking about stuff, and thinking about this and this and this and this, and stuff that the media, you see what I'm doing now?
You're talking.
I swear, when I got out of jail, I was 24 hours. I wanted to know why. I'd watch every TV show and be arguing at that screen. Why won't they? Why didn't Larry King? That's not true. Why did Larry King not question him about that? You know.
Why do you go on?
Because I'm talking to you. And you got me riled up. You got me started on this subject. So if you promise that you will not ask me another question about the case.
I will never ask you again.
We won't have to talk about it anymore.
Just did you do it?
No, I didn't. Nope. Did not do it.
After we finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it.